Hello, baseball fans. Welcome to another episode of 6 Innings Stretch with Merrifield and Lindsay, Dunn, and Whit. We are big time. We've been hacked.
Russia collusion, I swear. But we're gonna find them. We got the right people on the job. Davis Schneider leading the charge in his big ostrich boots and short shorts. He's on it. We're gonna find out who did it, and we're going to hang you from the CN Tower. I don't know if I can make that kind of joke.
You can, but we're going with it, buddy.
Yeah, we're going to.
Yeah. And like I love it. Unfortunately, some people were able to watch the VAR show episode. Eventually it will be put up. It could be put up right now, but because for those listening, you wouldn't see the photo, but Whit posted this photo of Davis. It went viral, and Davis will be our guest today because of this. The people went nuts over that.
People love a thick mustache, some short shorts, and high white boots, I guess. And Davis sure rocked it. So we'll talk to him about it, and maybe we'll get him to flash some leg. It's a little early for him, though, so maybe not.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I do love Tom Selleck's mustache, as a side note. That man is a stud, but we don't need to go down that path. There's things I do want to ask you about. The commish making headlines again, as always. Can't wait for his meeting with Max, but talking about the league expansion and, realignment geographically, whatever the proper term is, of the divisions. But the league hasn't expanded since 1998, so this will not happen quickly. But what are your thoughts on all of this? I can read his direct quote. I think if we expand provides us with an opportunity to geographically realign. I think we could save a lot of wear and tear on our players in terms of travel. And I think our postseason format would be even more appealing because you'd be playing out of the East and out of the West.
Yeah, I don't think it's a horrible idea. There's a lot of good in it. And there's some old school thinking that, it's always been certain rivalries in certain divisions for a long time, and you're going to break that up. But we kind of did that anyway whenever we went to the new schedule where you play every team. The rivalries came from playing the same team in your division 6 series throughout the year. And when you play a team in baseball that many times, you develop a rivalry towards them. So we kind of got rid of that anyway a couple years ago. I've been waiting for this expansion for years. I've been, being in North Carolina and having a lot of familiarity and friends in Nashville. I have heard for a long time that Nashville's got a team coming, and still nothing really imminent, I guess, at least that I've heard. Maybe behind the scenes there is. I would love for there to be a team in Nashville or Charlotte. I think Charlotte would be a great spot for a team because really this part of the country, all we have is the Braves. We have Washington and Baltimore, but, there's 6 hours north to Baltimore. It's 5 hours south to Atlanta. And then besides that, you have Tampa, Miami. There's not really enough southeast baseball. So I would like to see expansion in that regard. And then with that, comes some realignment. I think that it would be I get what he's saying about the playoff situation where, you don't have in the first round, you don't have New York playing Seattle or Seattle having to come to Toronto for a wild card game. You just kind of keep it more localized, I guess, is what he's getting at, which is always a good thing. And we've been fighting travel with the league for forever. There's ways to make travel easier on the players and help the players because there's so many studies out about sleep and how sleep is important to not only your health but your physical performance and how you perform as an athlete based on the sleep you're getting. We play all across the country, and there are times, whether it be a night game, getaway day, even if it's a day game and you have some rain delays or double headers, whatever it is, there's times where you're getting into the next city at 4, 5, 6 in the morning. And that's never a good recipe for a healthy athlete. So there's always been constant talk about that. But of course, money tends to drive the decision making. So we'll see where it lands. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's, I'm kind of a big fan of change. It's exciting to me. You've seen a lot of change in the college sports dynamic. and I think it's been a good thing. So yeah, we'll see how much teeth it has to it, and I don't think it's a bad thing at all.
Neither. I just think it takes way too long, and when it comes with change, let's make this happen now. I am very impatient.
Yeah, me too. Which is why I don't know how I'm still married to my wife, who takes 7 years to make a decision about where we're going to have dinner. So, but that's why I just put my foot down. So this is what we're doing, woman. Listen to me.
Oh, I love that, because people are be outraged by that. But I say the same thing to my husband. I'm like, woman, go make me some dinner. Ooh, I'm gonna hear about that. But anyways, nice switch to this segment. This segment is brought to you by our friends at Greta Bar. Not only a great spot to watch the game or play arcade games and have great street food, but also a great spot for your upcoming team building or corporate functions. Need somewhere to bring your team together for a good time? Check out Greta. For more info, go to gretabar.com, 590 King Street West. Greta Bar, let the games begin. And I love a special game. I love a special weekend at the ballpark. And MLB Players Weekend just happened. You experienced that? Do you have any favorite memories or looks?
Oh, we were the Backstreet Boys Millennium one year.
Yes, you were.
Remember the whiteout?
Yes.
Yeah, that was something. And then that was such I think that was probably what ended it, just because it was such a debacle. I don't know how somebody didn't say this is a terrible idea. But it was so bad that, one, you couldn't see the jerseys, so you didn't know who's warming up. I don't know, some white blob out there. And then they decided the game day that the pitchers, you couldn't wear the white hat. So you had, I think there's a picture of Bassett, but he's in a full white jersey and a black hat. It was so bad. But I think the original, I think I might have one actually, but just the little bit different top with the nickname on the back, let the player design his cleats in the bat for the weekend. I think that was cool. I think everybody liked it, and it was fun for us. I'm sure it was fun for the fans, and so I don't know why. Actually, I do know why it went away, because MLB said they weren't making any money off it. That was the excuse. It was that they weren't making any money off of the different jerseys. So maybe they're making money now. Who knows? But it's back, and I like it.
I love it. I loved when you guys were the Backstreet Boys Millennium Edition. Come on. Ain't nothing but a heartache.
I've been to a Backstreet Boys concert.
Oh, you're probably best friends with them. No big deal.
No, I'm not. But there is Nick Carter, his grandma, and my grandma. When my grandma lived in Florida for a little bit, we're best friends. So I used to tell people when I was little that he was my second cousin, but really, I didn't know him.
That's such an awesome
I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool to say. I told you, we've talked about this before. I was a loser. I was a little douche back in the day. Still kind of am, but I was.
Sure are. Just
to have some self-awareness about it now. I didn't have any back then.
This is my favorite moment from this show in 8 episodes. Is what just happened. But something that you can truthfully drop is that somebody did name their baby after you. Every once in a while, getting, prep for the show, I like to look up your name.
Not just somebody, multiple people. Come on.
One person. Whit Mania took over in your rookie season. So there's a 9-year-old out there named after you.
There are multiple 15-year-olds named after me.
Oh,
South Carolina, 2010.
What happened?
College World Series, walk-off, line drive right field. We win. I got my ring somewhere. So banner. No number retirement yet, or big celebration for me, but it's got to be coming, No. But no, there are some 15-year-olds out there that are named Whit. I did get a lot of people that told me that after the fact, so that was cool.
Yeah, I think that's cooler than Nick Carter being your second cousin, but. Well, some people will disagree with that. Our guest is pretty cool today. Before we actually go and interview Davis, there's just things I'm curious about, what did he learn from Brendan Belt? What did he learn from you? Because there's this moment that happened that I want to ask him about. There was chaos surrounding him at the ballpark earlier this year because he had the torpedo bat, and the media were vultures around him, and it was just actually not cool behavior. They took advantage of how kind he is. But he needs to sometimes big time people. And this brings me to me publicly acknowledging how you big time me in Atlanta. I admitted this to you when we were at All-Star this year. I went to Atlanta last year to interview Whit, talk a little bit about, a lot of fans back in, Jays Nation. Happy for him that he's playing there and want to see him succeed. And I'm waiting. And I can tell you, I am the only media person on the Brave side because the Dodgers were there and everybody else was over there. He was signing some autographs. So I waited. And he walked by me and big time me. But I will say I did say your name, and you most likely did not hear me.
I told you that had to be. I mean, you probably. What? Did I talk to you for a minute?
What?
Yeah, and I just been hitting the head recently, so my vision was still probably like a little blurry, and my ears were ringing, so I definitely wasn't able to hear you. And I was so laser focused on the task at hand that tunnel vision.
Yeah, I'll accept that because for a good 6 months I thought you hated me. I wasn't bothered by it, but I knew deep down we were best friends. And speaking of best friends, I do want you to introduce our next guest because they're a legend.
Oh, he is a legend. Grinder. We love grinders on the show, and he is a grinder. He is from New Jersey, and he still lives with his parents, which is, I think, awesome because I did for a long time as well. And he is number 36. The mustache man, Schneebs himself, Davis Schneider.
This show is brought to you by Simply Spiked. And you know that perfect summer feeling when the sun's out, your friends are around, and there's a ball game on? Yeah, I had one of those days not long ago. I was out of town, the Jays were on the road too, and I had a cold Simply Spiked signature peach in hand while catching the game from a buddy's deck. It was kind of the ideal summer hang. The drink, it's sweet, it's juicy with that real peach flavor, and it instantly became the most popular beverage during our hang. It's been my go-to this summer, and I gotta say, Simply Spiked nailed it. These drinks are 5% alcohol made with real fruit juice, and they're absolutely refreshing. Whether you're at the cottage, a backyard barbecue, or just soaking up the sun with your crew, they just fit the vibe. Simply Spiked Lemonade is my personal favorite. It's the OG summer classic, but I love them all, including the new Simply Spiked Limeade. So before summer slips away, squeeze in every juicy drop of it. Pick up Simply Spiked at your local liquor store for your next summer hangout. You must be legal drinking age, and remember to celebrate responsibly. Davis, welcome to 6 Inning Stretch. We're so happy to have you here. Whit tweeted a photo of you and it went viral, so we could not keep you away from the people, not give them what they were wanting. Just thank you for being here. And how are you doing this morning?
Yeah, good. Thanks for having me. I'm curious what photo Whit tweeted out though.
Well,
Uh,
we had some, I'm calling it Russia collusion, and someone hacked into our YouTube account and deleted all of our videos.
oh, really?
And
Big-
yeah, so Lindsay tweeted, someone asked a question about it, and Lindsay tweeted that, we're aware of the situation. Our team is working on it.
hmm
And I wanted the people to know who our team was that was working on it. And so I put a picture out of you in your Reno 911
That one. Okay, gotcha.
rookie
All right.
outfit. So
Yeah,
because you look like a detective and you're on your
yeah,
phone. So I was like, this is our team hard at work trying to
that was
figure
a
out
good
who
one.
hacked into our YouTube.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
And while we're recording this, we have no idea if it's fixed or not. So thank you for that, Davis.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, that
We,
sucks. Damn.
yes, because us little fries with like 1,000 subscribers, we're a big threat to the world, and I'm loving it. Come at us. But when we have people on, like we'll obviously ask a bunch of questions, but we have this segment called Extra Innings where we show whoever we're interviewing some videos of them and get them to explain it. So get ready. It's now
Oh
time for
gosh. Oh
extra.
no. Oh no.
It's now time for Extra Innings. This recently happened, and like you obviously play for Canada's team, but this moment that happened was against Canadian Owen Casey, where it's just such a wonderful moment. He gets his first, at bat as a major league player, and wait for it, don't know if Whit has seen this. Absolutely robs him of his first Major League Baseball hit. And it was just one of those moments in the clubhouse. I'll let you know that we're all like, or rather the media area, were like, what a hit. It meant Davis. Like, it was this bittersweet moment because we're so happy for you. It was everywhere. Talk about that moment. And how did you not wind yourself?
What a douchebag.
No, I mean, I took a bad route, so like I made that catch look lot harder than it actually was. I forget what the percentage of the catch was, but I think it was like around 50, which is like, he shouldn't make it look like that if it's around 50. But yeah, I mean, I played Owen in AAA this year, and I knew he was going to be in the big leagues sooner rather than later. So, I mean, it was cool for him to get his first big league at bat against Max, but his first hit's going to come here in the next couple of days anyway. So, but you can't let Max down on the mound just because it's Max Scherzer. You just got to do whatever you got to do to make a play out there. And Max gets pumped too. That's what I love about Max. Like whether he's in the dugout or on the mound, he gets pumped no matter what happens, no matter what plays out there. And I'm glad it was him that was on the mound for that.
Can we just address that the route or the catch probability is just a bunch of bullshit?
It is. I mean, there are some catches that they say they're like 90 or 85% that people are diving for. I'm like, how is that possible? It doesn't make any sense. And I think like Varsho and playing with Varsho and KK for the past couple of years, they make catching the ball out there look so easy. So, I mean, me as a probably below average outfielder, I feel like I'm like light years behind them. But, I'm not a big believer in the whole percentage of the catches.
Yeah, I mean, I get there's a value to showing, a good outfielder who takes good routes and gets a good jump that catches a ball fairly easy in the gap versus a guy that stumbles and then dives to catch it. Like this guy didn't make a better play. He just got to the ball, in a stranger way and made a diving play.
Exactly.
It's a lot of the percentages are not right. And I'll put on my grave saying that, but that one right there that you just caught, not a 50% catch.
With the math, it says it is. I think it was like 40 something, maybe 40, 48 or something like that.
Maybe a taller man with longer legs wouldn't have a dive for it, but it looks like
I got up a little bit. I got up.
You did?
A little bit.
You were horizontal.
I know, yeah.
It was awesome. I loved it. I love that it
You like an outfield.
Yeah.
It's good. I mean, having, like I said, KK and Dalton the past couple of years, they taught me a lot with it. Having Bud too as an outfield coach and Whit, you played out there a little bit too.
There we go.
It's great though. I mean, I like the outfielders that we have: Miles, Lukey, George, Dalton. Like, it's so much fun to go out there and practice with them every day. So, it's a blast. I love it.
Right, another moment that happened recently, I think it was game 2 of 3 against the Texas Rangers and Whit. I'm actually going to get your take on this video and conversation because what was happening on the mound is Rowdy Tella's position player was there. And look at this. Davis hits an absolute dinger out of the ballpark. Mixed reaction online. Some people saying it should be a mercy rule against position players. Whit?
Well, yeah, for anyone that says that, what was it a couple years ago? Somebody hit it was like Tatis or somebody hit like a 3-0.
Oh, your main Mercedes or something like that.
Yeah, opposition player.
Yeah,
and everyone had an issue with it, and I'm like, what do you want me to go try to make an out? I'm not trying to hurt my numbers just because we're beating the hell out of this other team and they got a position player and throwing in the towel. So someone said that they were giving you crap for hitting a home run position player, which is, if anyone has an issue with that, they're an idiot. I mean,
yeah, agreed. Yeah, like you said, if a guy's throwing 50 miles per hour position player, I'm not going to hurt my numbers just because they're throwing in the towel. So, I mean, at the end of the day, no one's really going to remember that homer at the end of September 29th. So you just got to make sure you're going up there and not wasting at bats, no matter who's pitching.
Exactly. Yeah, and I mean, I think if a position player comes in, the game should be over. I do agree with that. I think the other team has given up, and we got to figure out some way to not have position players pitching games anymore. It's kind of embarrassing.
I mean, they tried, I guess, up 8 runs or something like that. But Rowdy threw 2 innings the other day, so that was kind of a tough look. But
I
it
loved
is a weird situation. Yeah, I mean, I guess fans loved it too. Yeah, but yeah.
Thanks, I love that. It was a great home run. And also that game was Tyler Heineman's first career save as a relief pitcher. So absolutely love that for him. But when we stick to that game, Schneider, you crushed a 3-run home run in the 8th inning, your 8th long ball of the year, also singled in the 1st and 2nd innings before drawing a bases-loaded walk in the 5th, finishing the game 3-4 with 2 runs scored and 4 RBIs, reached base safely 4 times in a single game for the 7th time in your career. So just quick round of applause. We all know that you're awesome.
Oh, That
But
was a baseball reference page right there.
yeah, thankfully, like Blue Jays games notes, thank you for this. But the environment in the Rogers Center, Skydome, whatever people want to call it, especially in the Cubs series and part of the Rangers series, could you feel that energy? Because for me, it reminded me of like 2015 playoffs, which I know you were not there at the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, the whole year, I feel like the fans have been showing out. I feel like it's a sellout every single time, and especially like weekday games. They've been great. I mean, I wasn't, yeah, like I said, I wasn't there in 22. I mean, part of 23 at the end of the year, the fans were great, making that playoff push. And then last year was just a tough year up and down, a lot of people gone. We didn't really have the year that we wanted to, but yeah, the fans have been really awesome. I can't wait until October when that place is bumping, with the roof closed. Whit can attest to that when in 22 when we're playing the Mariners. But, my only playoff experience was against the Twins in 23, and that place was bumping. And, I feel like Toronto fans are just one of a kind, so it's going to be special.
You'll enjoy it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And then a moment we're talking about there inside the Sky Dome, but on the way to the Sky Dome Rogers Center, there was a little video that also went viral that involves you this past week. It involved you and Miles Straw switching jerseys. What happened? What's the backstory here? Also, shout out to Heineman for taking that.
Yeah, we were going out to dinner, me, Heine, and Straw at this place near our apartment, and Miles was like, "Oh, I'm gonna wear your jersey out." Because we had a good game and we won, and we're like, oh, all right. And I was like, all right, I'll wear your jersey too. And I just kind of got into a joke, and we'll probably blend in a little bit more. And then we kind of did blend in once we got outside the stadium and everything like that. But a lot of people did a lot of double takes when they saw me and Miles in the jerseys, because the jerseys do stand out by themselves because they're so long. They have the patch on there, so they're a little bit brighter, it looks like. But it was just a fun thing that we were trying to do, and
Davis, that's cute that you think the patch on the jersey stands out and not that caterpillar.
Well, I had glasses on and my hat, so hopefully that I thought I was gonna blend in. Obviously, it didn't work. Fans kind of saw right through that, but it was a good little joke.
You can't hide that face. Come on now.
I know.
Well, when it comes to hiding that face, this is another viral moment, but it actually happened in the clubhouse. And I don't know if we have audio for this or it's fine if we don't.
Gosh.
Yeah. But hey, I know you've already seen this video because maybe Miles asked for permission beforehand. Let's see what's happening here.
He did not ask for permission.
Oh.
Definitely not.
So the song playing is Pink Pony Club in the background. What's happening here?
Yeah.
What is this dance move? What is happening?
I always try to mess with Barger. Barger is like so funny to mess with. He's playing his little game on his phone, Flick Home Run. He's literally playing Flick Home Run on his phone. That's literally what he's playing. Like he plays that. We play cards and he's just playing on his phone, so he's just doing that. And everyone messes with Barger's hilarious. So anytime I can mess with him, it's a little funny, and I just like to get in his face, let him his grill whenever he's kind of chilling. But he doesn't care. But yeah, and that's my new walk-up song now too. Miles kind of introduced me to that song, and I kind of just stuck with it. And the vibes in the clubhouse are great. So there's a lot more of that.
Are you still playing Montana? Is that still your game of choice?
Montana, we play 13 a little bit more. 13 is like the big game everyone kind of plays now. Like even Bo's gotten into it and stuff, Bass. So that's like the one that's kind of been thrown around a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's something that happened this weekend. I don't know if Whit saw it, but Davis, I am curious your thoughts on this. Alejandro Kirk getting his first stolen base in Major League Baseball. The base getting authenticated after, yet no big deal. I remember hearing like Bassett talked after the media to us. He's like, I'd love to see him steal 5 to 6 bases. The reaction when you saw him hustling to second base, what was that like for you?
Well, because they weren't holding him on, and I was standing next to Hunter, our assistant hitting coach, and he goes, Kirky, take the base, because he wasn't holding him on. And I didn't know if it was going to be a stolen base or not, just because he wasn't holding him on. And then they put it up on the board, and everyone started just freaking out. And then Kirky had that big homer earlier, and then, that base hit. So, like, it was just all around great game for him. So pumped for him. He got a triple out of the way last year, so he got a stolen base this year. So I think he should be done on trying to steal bags, just because.
On running?
Yeah, on running. Like, he's fine. Just hit homers, get on base. You don't have to steal bags, but at least he's got one out of the way for both. And, Kirk's the best. He is literally the man.
He's awesome. Love Kirky. Was it a first and third, like 2 out situation? I didn't see the stolen base.
Yeah, first and third. I think he was either tied or we were up by 1. They weren't holding him on. They didn't think he was going to steal. and then he just took it like on the second or third pitch, and then ended up being bag. I didn't know that. I thought they were holding him all, and they were not going to give him it, but good
It's
for
crazy
him.
to me that
Yeah,
like first and third, 2 outs now is just an automatic steal at second base. Nobody throws down anymore. It's crazy.
yeah. They don't really care about that run.
Game day or not, pizza's always a win, and Pizza's got something that'll make your lineup even better, like chicken tenders. My all-time favorite meal aside from pizza. Seriously, I eat pizza or chicken tenders at every game. And you can try Pizza's new chicken tenders today, made with 100% Canadian farm-raised chicken and cooked to crispy golden perfection. You can try them with dip or sauced up, whatever your style. Even better, get them with the Mix and Match Special, a large 2-topping pizza, 4 chicken tenders and dip for just $19.99. Or go solo with your own snack box, tenders, fries, and dip all in one box. And just in time for a flavor switch up, they've dropped new bold dip flavors, including mango pineapple chili crisp and sweet and spicy bang bang. The mango pineapple chili crisp dip is harder than you'd expect, but it is delicious and packed with flavor. Don't wait. Swing by Pizza today or order on the Pizza app or online at pizzapizza.ca. Pizza because everyone deserves pizza.
I want to talk about you right now, real quick, in your hitting. For people that don't know about Davis is like the best batting stance impersonator that I've ever seen. But not just like an impersonator. Like he'll take a stance and implement it into, like, if he's struggling, he won't just like move his hands. He'll go like a whole new guy. And it's really impressive. And your stance this year, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have is it like a little Anthony Rizzo model?
No, so I'm doing a right-handed Judge right now, like the past like week and a half, 2 weeks.
Well, Judge is right-handed.
Oh yeah, well yeah, right. I'm not left. Yeah, I'm doing a Judge. I was doing a Will Smith, and then I was kind of not feeling good with that, so I had to switch it to Judge. I mean, everyone knows it on the team that I switch up, and then Hunter especially, just because he's known me since 2018, and we have a bet every time, like, because we played in LA, and I was doing the Will Smith for like a couple weeks, and I bet him that I was going to do the Will Smith when Will Smith was going to be catching, and then he was like, "No shot, you are." And then I ended up switching it to Judge like a couple days prior to that. And
so it is a little bit of a hybrid. Like I do see the Judge in like your setup and your low, but the hands is like a Will Smith, like Rizzo is more out, I feel like, than Judges are.
Yeah, because I was doing it like Will Smith out up here.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt comfortable, but I wanted to be a little bit more lower. So I just brought him down. And now I'm kind of just like a little bit more open. But, it's going to change in the next week or two, so we'll see.
I'm sure it is. It's an incredible thing what you do, and you still being able to have success, because like most guys, they'll feel like they'll make this huge change, and they'll be open like this much more than they were before. Their hands will go from like here to like here, and this is like big change. Davis is like noticeably a totally different setup, and he still rakes. You can't hide guys that can rake,
No,
I like it. What's next? What's your next? Who do you have in mind that you want to emulate next when you start struggling?
We'll see. I mean, I usually when I was in the minor leagues, I joked about if I ever got to the big leagues, I would do whatever stance like the opposing team's best player was. And so obviously I'm not doing that, but it's usually the guys who's like doing well. Like the reason I was doing Will Smith, because he was hitting like 300. Same thing with Judge. We'll see who's doing well the next week. And I only change it if like I'm not feeling great. Like if that setup doesn't feel great, I like to switch it to something where I do feel good. That's the reason why I do it. And I like to have fun with it too. It doesn't make me think when I'm up there. I just like, all right, focus on the stance and then just see the ball. That's what I that's like my method behind it. But we'll see. We'll see in the next week.
I love it.
It could be Bellinger. It could be, someone who we're playing. So if we're in New York and I still have the Judge, it's going to be funny if Judge kind of notices it or something like that when I'm up there.
I'm so excited. Oh, you talk about having fun. I just quickly want to go to the weekend, because it was the Players Weekend, where obviously you guys can have whatever, different nicknames, Cleats, class. But on the Jumbotron, it's had your nickname. What is it? I thought it was Schneebs, but is it Mr. Schneeble? What?
Yeah, well, Schneebs was it's a hybrid from Mr. Schneebly. It's from the School of Rock movie, the Jack Black one. So I got that nickname my first year in pro ball. One of my teammates gave it to me, and it just kind of stuck through a little bit. And then having Schneid's as our manager, like you can't have two Schneids, so someone's got to call one of us a different name. And so like Whit was the one who kind of like said, all right, we got to call Schneids, and Davis Schneebs. So it's kind of
And
like,
then Brandon Belt was like, "We're calling you babe," which is
yeah,
like the
that one
entire
kind of
country
caught on
call.
with the fans a little bit more than I thought. But Belt was hilarious having on the team. But that one didn't really catch on with the with my teammates. But Schneid's and Schneebs were like the one that stuck.
What did you learn playing with Brandon Belt? Because just he seemed like such a card.
I mean, I only played for him for 2 months, and he was hurt for a bit. Um, I don't know, Wick. What can you say about that?
Yeah, guys. I feel like yeah.
I mean,
Bell
Whit
said
played for him a little bit longer, so he saw a little bit more.
Bell is he's great, and he's an awesome dude, and he's fun to have around, and he's a great teammate, and he's a great player. Bell will say some things that'll stop you in your tracks,
Yeah,
and you won't know whether to laugh or walk away, or he purposely does it. He wants to make you as uncomfortable as he can, and
that's true.
it's he says some things, and you're like, I can't believe that just came out of your mouth, and I don't know how to react to that.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah, you
just
don't
kind
know
of
if he's
stares
being
at you with
serious
it.
or
Yeah,
joking with you or but Belt was great. I liked him. I love Brandon.
yeah, he was great. Let Sneak, let's go back to the cop outfit with the shorts and the
People love
boots.
it.
People love the boots. That was one of like my favorite rookie dress ups that we did. First off, what's travel like right now? Is it different? Is it better at customs? Is it still the same?
I mean, coming into the US, we'll have some airports where you have to kind of get stopped and,
Yeah,
wait a half hour. But other than that, it hasn't been bad. Um, but it could get better. I mean, like you said before, like it's always just kind of a hassle coming into Canada is kind of fine just because you go through
yeah,
the
it's
same
easy.
place. But different airports in the US, you don't really know what you get yourself into. But it's not the worst, but it could get better.
So back to the rookie dress up, because it's 2020, it was 2023 at the time, and dressing up someone in a Hooters girl with inflatable boobs is definitely not funny. So we can't do that anymore. But we had to. So we had the rookies, and Davis looks like a cop, so we dressed him up in a cop outfit, and then we had some inflatable dinosaurs that we did for the rest of the people. One of the things about Toronto playing for the Blue Jays is the travel does suck. Like Davis was saying, like going into the U.S. Especially because it just takes longer. But the good thing about that is when you do rookie dress up, when you fly into New York, you have to go through JFK, and
Yeah,
you have to go through the custom line of normal people that are coming in from France or wherever they're coming in from, going through customs, and then there's this big team of people that come in, and you got 4 inflatable dinosaurs and a cop with a Reno 911 cop with high boots walking through customs, and everyone just stops and looks at you. I loved when I was a rookie doing rookie dress up. Did you have a good experience with it as well?
oh, that was great. I thought it was so funny. I mean, everyone kind of loved it. Spence having a couple guys doing it with you definitely made it better. But it was funny. I thought it was great. Like
Yeah.
I'm not like. I mean, I can get embarrassed, but like that was just like funny. Like that was just like a good joke, and like you just got to go along with it too. Just like act the part, and I was like flashing my boots like that he did in the show. But it was great. I mean, probably back in the day, it was probably like way worse than that. So like, I'm happy it was that. So
We talked a little bit last show about doing some team building stuff, and uh, talked about the rookie talent show, which you didn't get a chance to do in 23, right? Because you were
y-
a
yeah, I
minor league.
wasn't even big league camp. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't wasn't
crazy.
even part of that. Yeah,
But those that kind of stuff I've always felt is important and fun because it brings guys like rookies that might not be around guys in big league camp a lot, and then you got the rookies that are there for the season that might feel like I don't know. There's just always there could be a little bit of separation between a young guy and an older guy. When you do stuff like that, now you have like something to always talk about and a memory, and it's just those are really fun deals, and that was a good one. I was glad we got to do that.
yeah, that was. I mean, we did it last year. I had to do it last spring training in 24. Um, can't tell you what we did. It was kind of like a little bit crazy, but even like when I first got the day I got called up, you texted me because I wasn't a big league camp, and you texted me come hang out with the guys in Ryu's room, And so that was like my first time kind of meeting everyone together because I wasn't in camp. And, that was kind of like the big icebreaker that I had before, I debuted. And that was kind of like definitely big part of like, being more for me being relaxed out there and just kind of playing with the guys. So I always tell that story that you texted me that same day I landed and, come hang out with the guys and, shoot the crap.
So you're crediting me for that big opening day Boston homer.
Not full credit, but you definitely were part of that for sure.
I'd
Like
say it's like at least 75% credit.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say over 50 for sure. 50% catch prob.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I have something I have to bring up because when people found out that Whit and I were doing this podcast, and then there's this game that happened against Athletics with manager Schneider absolutely losing it after you're robbed of a home run when they called it a foul. And then you crank a home run after. That was like the ultimate FU. And I kind of loved it. What was the phone like after, and just your experience, kind of being on the other side of watching his face get super red, yelling at the ump, and then hitting that dinger?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, it was just like the whole situation playing in Sacramento, it was hot. It was like 95 degrees, 100 degrees right before the All-Star break. So everyone kind of like wanted to get home at that point. We were getting no hit or like one hit at that point in the game. It was like the fifth inning. And it went fair. Like everyone in the dugout knew. Like if he called it on the field fair, it would have stood up. So, but they didn't have like any good replay review camera angles to kind of like overturn it. So, Schneider's coming out there was like I think justified just because like everyone knew it was fair. The umpire was just kind of pushing Schneider's back, but I loved it. As a player, you love having a manager that has your back. I didn't think I was going to hit a homer after that or swing at the first pitch. But I was kind of a little angry after for sure. And, hopefully that got the team pumped up. Obviously we lost, so it didn't get the team pumped up, but, the guy was just on a roll. So, Schneitz kind of had to do something for the team to kind of get them fired up.
You said you were mad. We asked Varsho this question last week, and I think you're a good person to ask as well. Who's getting thrown out first? You, Ernie, or Varsho? Who's getting ejected first?
Ernie. I think Ernie for sure. He almost got ejected that same series. Mason Miller struck him out on like a pitch painted on the black, and he kind of had some words with the umpire. And I don't usually talk to the umpires just because like I know they're not trying to get the batter, like they're trying their best, but sometimes they, do mess up in big situations. I don't know, but I'm thinking that hopefully they're trying their best. But they do mess up in key situations or make a bad call. But, I make mistakes, so like I'm not gonna yell at someone for making a mistake also unless they're, doing it on purpose. But I think Ernie out of the three would, because Varsh is kind of the same thing. He gets mad, but he doesn't. I don't think I ever seen him talk to an ump before or like get like on someone. But like I see him get mad, but not like into an ump's face or anything like that. So I think Ernie would be the one.
All right, Vegas odds. Ernie Clement, first one to get ejected.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that was such a quick answer in that one that I was actually a little taken aback by it. Just wow. Just yeah, I
think Ernie and Varsh would say the same thing. I mean, because I've seen Ernie like talk to an ump and like get pissed. So like I could see an ump just like firing him, like throwing him out like real quick. So like that's like the only reason why I say Ernie. But Ernie's still like level headed. But I think out of the three, he's definitely the one to go.
All right, it's been long enough since we've been talking. I haven't asked you about your golf game. How is it?
It's good. We try to play. We're playing in Miami on our off day, but it's good. It's probably around like a 6 handicap right now, and so Ernie's around like a 3. We played Sherwood in California, so that was a tough track that
nice.
Helped the handicap go up a little bit. Other than that, it's good. A lot of the guys play. Like the only people that played were like me, you, and Ernie in 23. So like more people play now. Like Bassett plays a little bit more. Gauzy has been playing. Jeff, me, Ernie. We play with Schneid. Like a lot of the guys play, so it's kind of a good group that we have when we go out there.
Where are you playing in Miami?
I'm not sure yet. Jeff was setting it up. I know some people are going snorkeling. Some people are doing some stuff with their families. So I think there's only like maybe 5 of us that are going to go, but we don't even know yet. I think Jeff's setting that up.
Nice.
Yeah.
These are the important questions, Lindsay.
No, these are the things that I
they are.
actually want to know. They're the things I want to know because, like, everyone wants to know what you guys do outside of baseball when you have like 1 hour of your life that's actually available. But I know that you are on a fantasy football team with Chris Bassett. Have you guys already done the draft?
No, not yet. I think we do it in 2 weeks or something like that, right before September. So he's already kind of like doing mock drafts and giving me, pointers. I'm like, you came in like second to last year, so let's just relax and kind of. We have the second pick, so like it's a pretty big pick, but you just got to make sure, like don't overthink it. Just pick the best players. Don't go by projections or like all the stupid stuff that people say. Like the experts, I feel like just draft just good players. That's all you really got to do. Like don't overthink it.
So second pick, Jamar, Bijan,
Yeah,
Saquon,
it's probably. I think Jamar's going to go one. Lauer has the first pick, so if he doesn't pick Jamar, we're going to go Jamar, but probably Saquon, and then the second and
Gilbert.
third. Yeah, the second and third rounds are going to be the ones that kind of like, depending on who people pick, are the bigger ones.
You are you an Eagles fan?
Yeah, like everyone around me is like I'm a big football fan. Like I'm not like a diehard like a lot of my buddies are. Like a lot of the assholes
Yeah.
around me are. Like they're just so delusional. They're one-sided. I can
Joey,
admit that people are
Joey
just
people.
when it comes to Eagles fans, they're delusional. And I like the Eagles. I root for the Eagles, but like Eagles fans, like
It
they
doesn't
kind
stop
of
Eagles fans. I got full reference of Philly fans being delusional as well.
yeah, like even Philly fans too. They're crazy too. I mean, which I love. Like I love as a player. I want my fans to be crazy, but sometimes they're a little too over the top. But I like the Eagles.
So I was going to ask if that. Well, you're not a diehard Eagle fan, obviously now, but if that played any sort of weight into the players that you're going to pick, like is Saquon going to take a step above Bijan because you're an Eagles fan?
No, no, no. We're trying to make sure we're winning this thing. I don't
Oh,
care who I'm a
totally
fan
different.
of. It's got to be by the
Love it.
book.
By the
Don't
book.
don't be a don't be a fan of the players. Be a fan of the team. So yeah.
Your number one job on draft day is going to be
Keeping Bassett calm.
Oh
keeping
my gosh, that's not
keeping
going to happen.
Bassett's chemistry right where it needs to be.
Well, I remember just even last year, he was so excited about his team going up and down the kitchen. That's where we drafted, and he was just like freaking out after every pick. Ended up being terrible, but it was just I just remember specifically of him just like freaking out after every pick. I
He's a
feel
very
like
excitable
he's gonna do
guy.
the same thing. He's gonna do the same thing this year, and I'm gonna love it just because he's on my team now. So it's gonna be
Can't wait for
funny.
you guys to get last.
Yeah, we
Um,
might. We never know. You never know. The year's weird.
12 teams?
Yeah, 12 teams. We were gonna have more, but that's why people are kind of paired up. Some people,
Yeah.
I got at Bass. I think Joey and Varsho are a team or something like that. So George and Vladdy, that's gonna be a good one. So
Fun.
yeah, Vladdy's gonna have nothing to do with it. Probably George is gonna do it all. So
oh my gosh. When I was doing my research for this, which always surprises, I think, Whit, that I do any kind of research or work, I just typed in your name to make sure there was nothing crazy or controversial. And this quote came up from you or about you. And it was like, he likes finding Nemo and taking bites out of sticks of butter. What?
was that Spence who said that or Ernie probably?
It was attributed to you, which I think it was a misquote. But all I really need to know is, do you actually just straight up go take a bite out of a stick of butter?
Well,
Yeah,
let's first clarify
unfortunately, I
that
do.
you research. All you do is ask Grok.
I've never used that. I like to watch you
Grok
use it.
told you that Davis takes bites of sticks of butter, which we
Well,
gotta hear
that part
about
is
that.
true. I mean, I don't think I've said that to a person that quoted it for me, but I do that. I do. I don't know. I like it. So
Salted butter, at least.
salted butter, yeah.
All
Unsalted,
right.
yeah. That's psycho stuff. Salted has to be salted.
Is this like a regular thing? Like you go like
No,
to
like
the
when I'm home,
kitchen
not in
and
season, not in season. Can't be in season. So when I'm home, like in my parents' house, that's where I live. Like there'll just be like a stick of butter in the fridge that I eat, and my dad's like, "You don't use this one. Use the other one." It's like that's the one he uses for like the family. So he yells at
that
me
is
for it. Yeah.
that's borderline psychotic.
It is.
Nah, if it was unsalted, it would be. But I think salted, I can get away with it.
But you put it back, you bite it and put it back in the fridge.
Bite it, put it back. Parents yell at me every other day. It's just a big cycle.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I'm so shook by this. Well, that's one of those things where I think when people listen to this podcast that they like to learn more about the player and find out more about the athlete behind this. So, like, I do have an actual question here. And before anyone sends me hate mail, I did ask Davis if I could ask something about this beforehand because it is personal. Like, your brother passed away in 2020. And when I asked this question, it is meant with respect and care. Because, like, tiny bit of perspective and almost I can relate tiny bit, but not the same. Like, my dad passed away in 2021 in August. And I don't talk about it often because, like, the grief can be, like, devastating and overwhelming. And I find that grief will kind of take people two ways. It either will make them mad at the world and really bitter, which I understand, or it's a little bit of that, and they kind of use it towards pushing forward. And I look at you're out there in the outfield before a game, throwing baseballs from the outfield to people staying in the hotel, bringing them joy. Your teammates around you are happy. I find you a joy to be around. You're signing autographs. How have you kind of navigated this to kind of, show respect to your brother, but then also like continue to live your life and also, move on? And I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Yeah, I mean, he would be the first one if he saw me down or see me angry, he would call me a wimp or, a bad name I couldn't say on this podcast and just say, work hard and don't worry about people, saying things about you. Stop being, like I said, a wimp. Wussy, he would call me the other one. But yeah, and I just try to do that every single day. Have fun, make people happy. I feel like that's like the number one goal in life. And he was the best. He struggled with addiction, he struggled with like mental health stuff. So like I'm kind of like big into that stuff as well. And it puts a lot of things in a perspective. We play a game for a living, so like you can't take it too seriously to where it affects your day-to-day life outside of baseball. So I try to make sure I leave baseball at from the stadium, to when I'm going home. So I try to separate the two, and having my family around all the time, and I still live with my parents, and that's a big thing for them because because they've been through a lot too, and I feel like the struggle they had to deal with is like way worse than me. You never want to lose a child, before or any parent. So they dealt through a lot. My grandpa and my grandmom and well, my dad and my mom, they struggle with it a lot too. So like it's one thing that puts you into perspective. I know a lot of people deal with a lot of stuff, and I never had it. People have it worse than me, so like that's the thing. I kind of look at it like that too. Like people have it a lot worse than me, so I just kind of make sure I think about that every single day too.
I was lucky
Well,
enough to meet your mom and your dad. They're like lovely people, but I've not had the chance to meet your sisters, who I just have to let you know, one of them is threatening online that there's a video of you, Spencer, and Ernie singing Since You've Been Gone, the audition version of Kelly Clarkson from Pitch Perfect. Can
Yeah,
you give a little bit of the backstory to this?
yeah. So, well, I mean, I was probably I think last year. I think it was me, Joey, Spence, and Ernie when we were all up together last year. If we were just in our apartment, and we were watching. I think we were watching a Disney movie, if I'm not mistaken. And we were just singing that song, and I just recorded it, and everyone was singing, and I sent it to my sisters because they love Ernie, Joey, and Spence. So I try to include them on a lot of stuff. Mm.
what a treat. You guys need a reality show.
Oh, yeah, I'd watch that.
It has to be on HBO or something. It couldn't be on local television. It couldn't be on TBS or anything like that. I feel like the words being thrown around, it's a little bit too much for the public eye.
Well, Davis, you've done an incredible job of living to make your brother proud, and he would be 100% proud of you as a teammate of mine, or is a teammate of yours, I should say. There's one thing I really noticed about you and appreciated about you is that I never saw any sort of sulk in you, and you were. I know it was a bumpy journey for you to get to the big leagues. There was talking to Hunter. I mean, there was multiple times where he kind of had to go to. I know he had to go to bat for you to keep you from getting released, and then bang, now you're in the big leagues, and then you get that taste. You're hot, and then kind of like 99% of people that come up, there's time where you have to go down. How did you deal with that transition of getting optioned?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was good for me, to be honest. Just because, in the beginning of the year, I wasn't really playing a lot. I was, pinch hitting here and there. I would get a start. Maybe I probably got like two starts, when I was up the previous time. So I kind of wanted to go down and just kind of play every day, work out the kinks, kind of work on my swing, figure out like what I got to do to get back there. Just get comfortable again. I feel like the 2 weeks I was up this year before I got sent down, I just wasn't comfortable when I got to the plate. And to be in the big leagues, you got to be comfortable every single at bat if you're going to face this, this level of pitching. So I kind of wanted to get my feet wet again, get my confidence back, and just I figured I was going to be back up. I mean, you never know. I wasn't going to assume anything. I could have did terrible when I was down there. I didn't do great. I held my own, but I got comfortable enough to where I was getting back to what I was good at, seeing pitches, working at bats, pulling the ball in the air, all that stuff. So, and that's what they kind of told me to work on, and I worked on it, got better at it, and got back to the big leagues.
What an attitude. This guy's the best.
Batters up and the Buds are stepping up to the plate. Budweiser's all about making time for baseball this summer, and honestly, there's no better season for it. We're right in the middle of baseball season, and those moments with your buds, they're priceless. So savor the summer weather, crack a cold one, and cheer on your Toronto Blue Jays. Think about it. Baseball stadium snacks, your closest buds, and an ice-cold crisp Budweiser. What do they all have in common? They just go together. That's what buds do. Budweiser is the official partner of your Toronto Blue Jays, and trust us, baseball is better with your buds. And here's a little bonus for the fans. Limited edition Toronto Blue Jays Budweiser cans are now available at your local LCBO. Grab them while they last. This summer, make time for baseball and your buds. Just a lovely human. I think you know that Whit and I are both super fans of yours, and I don't think I could ever have anything bad to say about you, but there's one thing I do think you need to take from Whit as a teammate is to be slightly more of a jerk, because I just want to tell Whit how nice you are. And for everyone listening, at the beginning of the season, people were making a big deal about a bat you were using, and I'm not even going to get into it. I think I was the only person there that did not ask you about this. Yeah, like the torpedo bat or whatever. People were grabbing his bat, Whit, and doing on-camera stand-ups with it. They were moving around the dugout with it. Like, it was gone for so long. He had to do BP. And instead of, like, having 8 reporters around him, like, I think, like, 15 people interviewed him that day. He let them individually interview him, where I thought at the point, like, being a bad media teammate, I was going to interject and be like, give him his bat back and let him do his freaking job. I've actually never seen people like take advantage of a nice person so much in my life.
Yeah, that was a little bit too much for me.
It was, man.
But,
I
mean,
almost jumped in.
You're
nice.
I'm not gonna yell at these guys. Yeah, I mean, who cares? Like, I can get another bat. And I barely even used a torpedo bat. It was just more like, oh, they sent me some. I was trying them out, but yeah, they were kind of making a bigger story than it actually was, in my opinion. But they're just trying to do their jobs. But yeah, it did get in the way a little bit, but it's fine.
I'm the only one that didn't ask, just saying, but I almost lost it on the other media. But my gosh, I usually just talk to Davis when I see him about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia because it's such a good show.
It is.
It's delightful. We have like 1,000 fan questions for you, so thank you for staying here. We're going to try to get through them quickly because it's time now for fans on deck. This question is from Lindsay Dunn from Toronto. I know you're a dog dad, and a lot of misinformation about your dog being a husky, which it's not, but I feel like you could be a man of the people. Go to talk to Shapiro. Give us one section at the ballpark that's for Bark in the Park. Give us what we want. Whit didn't pay attention in the outfield. He admitted this last week. Wouldn't you like to look and see like 10 dogs having the best time of their life?
I would. I mean, I'm kind of like Whit. Like, I try not to look into the stands, like, just because, like, but I would love to see if I know there's going to be dogs out there, I would look into the dogs. I would try to get me distracted from the game, but I would try to go up there maybe in like the 7th inning stretch and go pet those dogs. But I would love that. I would definitely tell Mark if that's a possibility for sure. Yeah, I like that.
I appreciate you giving me some credit there because I definitely was not paying attention in the outfield.
I mean, the outfield does get a little. You're just sitting out there, you get stagnant a little bit. That's why I love playing the infield a little bit more. The outfield is a little bit more boring. Because in the infield, you're just closer to the action. You're most likely going to get involved. So, but yeah, I don't know how Vars and KK did it for all those years. To be honest,
way too ADD. We're both way too ADD.
Yeah. See, with KK too. Like KK, I don't know how he did it with him just moving around all the time. I don't think he ever stopped moving. I never seen him stop moving before. I don't think I ever seen him sit down.
The thing with you in the outfield is when you're in the outfield, you're closer to all those like middle-aged divorcees and all the gay guys that are there to watch the game that just are there to see you.
Yeah.
That
I
is
know.
your
I
demographic.
there's like a section like in left one, like either like looking at the bullpen to like kind of see what's going on. And I see some signs, and see some people with,
They're
that have,
thirsty for you.
yeah, they're
Oh.
definitely wanting something.
They want to see that mustache is what they
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Duster. Have you heard anyone call a mustache a duster?
I have, but never
Ah,
mine, but I've heard it in
suck
use
on that,
before, just
Whit.
not with mine. Yeah.
All right, now to another fan question from a actual submission. Thank you to everyone who submitted their question on Instagram. What is the first thing you did after your legendary first game in the majors?
Um, I went back to my hotel. All my buddies were there. There's probably like a handful of my buddies that were there. So we went back to my hotel and literally just like sat around and just like kind of just talked about, being back home and just life outside of baseball. Really, wasn't really anything crazy. I didn't go to a club or a bar or do anything crazy. Just kind of sat around with my buddies.
When we talk about the club, man, the music you guys play in the clubhouse after the game, I'm pretty sure it's to keep the media out, but that bass is pumping. You can
It's
hear it
bumping.
everywhere, guys.
Yeah. I just remember specifically in 23, Chappie was like control of the music and he would always play kind of like the same songs, but like it was always, I miss Chappie a lot, but he was just so funny, just him handling the music for my 2 months there.
He tried to be so political and like touch every
Yeah.
genre
Yeah. It
of
was very like kind of like one genre, one genre, one genre, just to make everyone kind of happy.
and really what he ended up doing was all he did was piss everybody off
Yeah.
because
Why are
he
you
was just,
playing this?
yeah,
Yeah.
instead of picking one like style of music and then pissing off people that don't like it, he
Mm.
played all of it. So this guy was pissed off about this music, then this guy was pissed off about the next music.
Yeah.
Chaffee, he was the man though. He is the man.
Yeah. He is.
Next one. Do you prefer to play outfield or infield?
I'm a natural infielder. I grew up playing infield, so I'm gonna say infield, but I do like playing outfield a little bit more now just because, I've gotten better at it. And I just like spending practice around with, the outfield guys too, like, Varsh, uh, Joey, Miles now, Barger, so George. So it's a fun little group that we have. So
All right, we know Whit's answer on that one. This question is from Simon. What is your favorite team to win against?
uh I mean, as a Blue Jays guy, you either say anyone in the AL East, right? But I don't really care to be honest. Like I know when we swept the Yankees, like that was cool. But like if we swept any team, I feel like it would have been great. Like I don't know. I don't really have a team that I root against or anything like that. Any team that we're playing against is, a team that you want to beat. So just gotta say no one really.
Mhm.
A political answer.
I
Such
mean,
a
it's
nice
true. Like
answer.
I like when we swept like I said, when we swept the Yanks, like it was great. But like if we swept another team, it would have been just as cool in my opinion. Like the team that we beat in the World Series, that's a team I'm gonna say.
All right,
There you
that's
go.
a
There we go.
great
That's
answer.
the answer that I was trained for.
That's
Yes.
Yeah.
because as players we don't like you don't really have like the diehard like rivalry
Yeah,
feeling that
like
fans do. But there are
yeah.
definitely like there might not be teams that I enjoyed beating, but there were pitchers that I
Oh, for
damn sure
yeah.
enjoyed beating.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that
Yeah,
answer. Yeah.
that Yankee sweep was the greatest day of my life. That says a lot about me, but I'm still celebrating that moment. Next one is, what are your thoughts on the Buffalo Boys walk-up song? And just to prep you that this is obviously a hot topic because Ernie said he hated Addison's walk-up song, which then he had to issue a public apology here on the podcast, which is on our social media channels, saying that the System of a Down song, BYOB, is actually a banger. So answer this with caution.
Yeah, it's good. I like Barger. It just fits his personality really well, in my opinion. Like, obviously, he's not like that hardcore, but it's just like I think it's just funny for him to walk up to that. And Ernie's like he kind of switches his when it comes to like August. He goes to the Buffalo Bills theme song, so I kind of like that. And I've been switching mine the past couple times, so I think our three have been pretty. It's like a wide range. It's chappy. It's chappy on the music. It's wide. It's a wide range.
Oh gosh. This next question is from the Davis Schneider fan page.
Oh gosh.
You have a massive fan base, but what are your thoughts on your fan page? Which I'm just gonna elaborate, being like, we kind of talked about that you have such a following, but seeing not only like the fan page on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, people are like dedicating so much time just to you. What that adjustment has been like.
I do follow them. I think their page is great. It's funny. So shout out to them. But yeah, the fans are great. Like I love playing in the city of Toronto. I couldn't imagine playing anywhere else, to be honest. It's a great first place to kind of get called up to, and play for a whole country. You're not just playing for a city. So I think that's the reason why it's kind of like this is a big experience. But I love it. Like I said, I couldn't imagine myself playing anywhere else.
Just a couple more. Who was more annoying as a roommate, Ernie or Joey, when he was there?
They're like two different types of roommates. Ernie is like the messy one, like always has trash, like his laundry is just like hanging out. And Joey's like always coming into my room, just like, what are you doing? Like I'm playing video games. Like he's always kind of like not bothering me, but I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to sleep. And like he comes up into the bed and just like, get up, get up. And then Ernie kind of sticks to himself in his room, like he'll play video games as well. But they're like two little different roommates, which I love. I mean, having them together, it's the best. And Joey can attest to that. Like if he ever sees this, he's gonna say, yeah. He calls me like I remember I was in bed one time and like I didn't have any water. And he came in, he's like, oh, what's my otter doing, Oddie? And he gave me like a glass of water and I had to drink it. And Joey's just funny. Like we're just a great little trio that we have. Yeah. As embarrassing as that is, that's what actually happens. So there's nothing crazy going on in our our apartment.
This game makes us crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
That's crazy.
it's we're a bunch of idiots just playing baseball, in my opinion.
You're my favorite crazy people. I'm gonna skip one just because we're asking a lot of questions here, but this one made me laugh and I could tell they were trying to be funny. But how do you feel that your dad manages the Blue Jays?
Oh
They're
my
being
gosh.
smart. The amount of people that think John Schneider is your dad is insane.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I mean, when I first got called up, like that was like the big story, like, same last name from the same area. So
Like so dumb.
people try to make that connection. But, my actual dad is like he's retired and he's on Twitter and he loves the Blue Jays. Like he is, the biggest fan that there is. Like he'll protect every single guy up and down the lineup. So like if you'll see him on Twitter, he'll if you talk bad about the Blue Jays, me, even Whit, like he'll come back at Whit because he knows me and Whit are friends. So like he'll come back at you if you're talking bad about the Blue Jays.
No, I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
it. Have you ever called John Schneider daddy for fun?
No, definitely not. That would be a little bit too, I think no, I think I would get demoted to AAA for that for sure. If that ever happened.
We're almost done. I appreciate it. One of the last things we ask is obviously you guys love golf. Whit always wears a golf shirt. Whit, what's the golf shirt today?
In honor of Davis, Pine Valley.
Yeah.
Davis grew up
Whit got on there before me. I ever have. And I lived 5 minutes from that place and Whit played it when he was in Philly. So I don't think I'll ever play there. I want to play on Trout's course more than Pine Valley, but we'll see when that time comes.
Well, that's a big say. Pine Valley is year after year number one course in the country.
I mean, like I said, I think it's just more realistic playing on Trout's course than it is Pine Valley for me. That's why I'm just letting that go. The Pine Valley thing, I'm letting it go.
I got friends. Just give me a call.
All right.
Are you coming to Orlando this year?
Yeah, I am.
Atta boy.
I am, of course. I just got to make sure I gotta tell more people if that's the deal that we're gonna have too. I gotta make sure.
That?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Spread the word.
Yeah,
we're gonna have 6th inning down there. Lindsay might come down and.
I am. I'll be there. I
oh,
invited
you're gonna
myself.
have. That's a lot of good content down there.
We'll get some footage of the golf swing.
Yeah,
because Davis has a pretty good golf swing, but it is violent.
It's violent, and every time I'm playing with you, even Ernie says it's like I literally curl up into a ball and I can't like play. Like I chunk balls and just like shank it. It's like I was playing well. Yeah, like Whit was done his 18, and then me and Ernie were on 18. I was in the green side bunker. I was hitting like my third shot, and then Whit comes up and like is standing kind of close, and I shank it across the green, and then like I chunk a chip, and like I make like double on 18 when he was there, and I just can't play good in front of you. I don't get it.
That's what I credit a lot of my success in the big leagues to, is just this intimidating mug I have.
Yeah. And like I was
Stare a
playing
hole in
well
your
up until
face.
then, and Ernie was like, "Well, Whit's here. You're gonna choke now." And it
Every time I play
happened.
with Ernie, I do the opposite to Ernie. Every time I play with Ernie, he plays like lights out.
Yeah, I mean when there's like stuff on the line, I feel like Ernie plays really like he's in like a different type of mode.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
We're all studs. Thank you for joining us, Davis. We kept you longer than I think we expected or you expected, but you're
No, all
absolute
good.
jam.
Yeah.
Thank you for being the best. And thank you to everyone for listening, subscribing, and not hacking us. You're listening to 6 Inning Stretch.